Hey everyone, welcome back to Empower Me Monday. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crystal Wallen, and every Monday I drop an episode designed to empower us to be our best and accomplish our commitments. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Join us on this journey of empowerment. Let's get right into today's empowering topic. Today's episode is going to challenge a belief that many people hold: faith over fear. Now, I am not by any means diminishing the power of faith. I live in faith, but I want to explore a different perspective with you today. What if true faith is actually born from accepting our fear, not denying it? Trust me, this shift in thinking can actually change your life. Let me explain. For most of my life, I battled with a severe panic and anxiety disorder. I was heavily medicated for over 20 years, and fear wasn't just an occasional visitor, it was truly a constant companion. I was terrified of absolutely everything at one point: leaving my house, going to the grocery store, you name it. I was literally crippled by fear. And for the longest time, I thought that if I could eradicate fear from my life, I would finally be able to just live a normal life. But no matter how hard I tried to push it away, the fear only grew stronger and stronger. I was stuck in this cycle of resistance and then desperation, desperately trying to find faith, but feeling more lost than ever. There was really no choice for me to have faith over fear. There was no choice. It was just fear. And everything changed when I realized that the more I resisted fear or avoided even acknowledging it in the first place, the more power I actually gave it. The harder I fought to get rid of it, the more it actually controlled me. The key wasn't in trying to destroy fear, it was actually in accepting it. I had to learn to face fear head on, to actually invite it to be a part of my journey. Now, that took me 20 years to figure out, and it was far from easy. It went against everything that I had ever been taught. But the moment that I actually stopped running from fear and I started to accept it, sit with it, learn from it, something incredible happened. I found peace, and my nervous system, for the first time, started relaxing, calming down. Acceptance was the first step in overcoming my panic and anxiety disorder. And I'm proud to say that now I'm medication free for over 6 years. And it doesn't mean that I'm not afraid anymore. What it means is that that fear no longer has power to stop me from living not just a normal life, but now I live very much an empowered life. And fear really does empower me. I began to see fear as a guide, something that could teach me, challenge me, and ultimately help me grow. And that's when I started to discover what faith actually really is. Now, here's the thing: faith isn't about living without fear. It's really like the front of the coin and back of a coin, or front of the hand, back of the hand. You really can't have one without the other. True faith is born from facing fear, not avoiding it. So when you face your fears, you build resilience, you develop trust in yourself, and you start to believe that you can actually handle whatever comes your way. That's what faith actually is: trust in yourself, trust in the journey, in the process, trust in something so much greater than yourself. But you can't access that trust if you're too busy running from fear. So let's challenge this idea of faith over fear. And instead, let's embrace faith through fear. Because when you face fear head on, when you accept it as part of your journey, you open up the door to true, unshakable faith, and you become unstoppable. Now, let's talk about how to do this. How do we face fear head on and build faith through it? Well, here are a few steps that have helped me. The first step is to acknowledge your fear. Don't push it away. Sit with it. Write it down in your journal. Name it. What exactly are you afraid of? When you put your fears into words, you actually begin to take away a lot of its power. It's no longer this big, undefined monster. It's actually something that you can understand and start to work with. And I highly recommend acknowledging all of your fears, as many as possible, until there's really nothing left. Step two, accept fear as part of the journey. So, this is the hardest part, but it's also the most important. Acceptance doesn't mean that you like fear or you're like some masochist or or you want it to actually stick around, right? It just means that you acknowledge that it's there and that it's okay. By accepting your fear, you take back control. You're no longer a victim of your fear. You're a participant in the journey. Step three, reframe and choose. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? Accept that what your fear is actually a possibility. Just accept it. And then reframe. If that's the worst that can happen, then what is the best possible outcome? When you have both of those in front of you, then you can choose. So, in this context, you could choose faith over fear. But do you see how that you actually couldn't choose faith until you accepted fear in the first place? You have to have both choices. A choice means you actually can see the distinction between the two and that you accept that both things are actually possible. When you can reframe fear as a guide or as a teacher, you begin to see it in a different light. It no longer is something that needs to be avoided. It's actually something that can help you grow and accomplish what you actually desire. So, where your attention goes is what expands. So, make sure that you choose whatever you want to expand. Now, step four, take small, very small, courageous steps forward. Once you've acknowledged and accepted your fear, chosen the possible path that you're going to actually stand in, it's time to take action that align with that future or that possibility that you're choosing. You just want to start with small, manageable steps. If your fear is speaking in public, for instance, start by sharing your thoughts in a small group. If it's a fear of failure, take a small risk, something that pushes you a little bit out of your comfort zone, but isn't overwhelming. Each step you take is really a victory, and each victory builds your faith just 1% every day. Faith through fear is a powerful thing. It's not about living life free from fear. It's about embracing that journey, embracing the fear and all, and trusting that you are strong enough, you are capable enough to handle whatever comes your way. You are unmesswithable. When you stop running from fear, you start facing it. You'll find that faith is already there, waiting for you. You just have to step into it. So, thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this episode helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share your own stories of how you face fear. I'd love to hear how you built faith through your challenges. And remember, faith isn't about avoiding fear. It's about moving forward despite of it. Until next time, keep facing your fears and keep empowering yourself every Monday. And remember, you've got this.